Release the Kraken!
Good evening and welcome back, fellow game designers. This is Ron here with Lame Duck Studios, bringing you another wonderful tutorial. We're continuing on from our last one where we brought our ship from Maya into Unreal and we set up some basic controls and some simple flight mechanics. In this tutorial we want to make sure that we're kind of locking our axis so we don't fly in the wrong direction. Because right now if we play this, I can sort of fly forward, and that's not what we want. So I'm going to go back into my ship here, and I have my thrust, and I have my turn. I'm going to go ahead and put a label on these, so I'll do this one as thrust. And I'm just selecting it and pressing the C key to bring up that bubble. Do that again here. Select it, press the C key. This is going to be rotation. Now, if I could spell. There we go. And then down here, this is where tick is going to come in. Let's make a scenario where we cannot shift off axis. So I'm going to drag this off of tick. I'm going to say, firstly, set angular velocity. I'm going to come down here. So set angular velocity. Remember, we're using radians, so I'm going to go ahead and grab that one. So that's going to set our velocity. Make sure that we can't rotate in a bad direction. Let's go ahead and split our value here. Now we do not want to add to current, we actually want this to be a dead set. So let's go ahead and leave that as is. But I'm going to get our rotation value and then plug that in. So I'm going to right click, get angular velocity in radians. Get angular velocity, because we're dealing with physics and we need to have that. So I'm going to go ahead and right click on that pin. I'm going to break that open, and I only want my plane to be able to rotate along my x-axis. So I'm going to grab my x, I'm going to plug that into here. So what this is doing, it says for every frame, so that's what tick does, every frame we're going to update our position or our velocity and our rotation to whatever our x value is, but everything else we're going to set to 0. Okay, so it's going to get this from our actual rotation value, plug it in, and the rest is going to 0 out. So that's going to prevent us from rolling into the depth. But I also need to prevent drifting that way. So I'm going to go ahead and drag. Let's go and get our world location. So set world location for our ship. So this is going to guarantee that if ever, like if we hit a wall or something, we can't drift into the back. So let's go ahead and grab that. And we want to get our world location, so get world location of the ship. So it's going to take a look at where we're currently at in the world, and then it's going to apply that. So I'm going to split both of these open. So split and split. Because it's okay for our y and z value. So our y value is going to be our left and our right, and our z value is going to be our up and down. So it's okay for those to change, but we don't want our x value to change. So I'm going to go ahead and plug in y, and I'm going to plug in my z. So now if we ever drift forward or backward, because x is our forward and backward direction, it'll 0 this one out. And I can actually use the same bubble here for both. So I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of that and clean it up. There's that one. Okay. And then for the next one, I want to also set my rotation. So set world rotation for my object. So go down to set world rotation for the ship. And this will also prevent our ship from accidentally tilting in the wrong direction and getting locked that way. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up, split our pin, and we need to get our world rotation. So get world rotation for the ship. Again, I'm just going to share this bubble. And this time, it's okay for us to rotate in the X, because rotating in the X is actually this way. Rotating along the Y is our pitch. Our pitch rotates forward. So we don't want to do that one. That will be 0. And then our Z direction can also be fine. So I'm going to go ahead and plug that one in. And if you're wondering how I know this, this is just stuff that I've done. So I've made something similar before, and I've done it a couple times. So this is just experience. Running through, I'll just reset that one. And that should handle our ship. I'm going to go ahead and grab all this. I'm not going to grab the tick because I'm going to be using that for other things. And I'm going to press the C key. I'm going to say update ship location. So there's that. So if I were to play from here, now I don't have to worry about the ship ever leaving the x-axis, or leaving my axis that I'm currently on. So I can fly in the y-axis, but I'm not going to move forward or backward. And that'll about do it for this particular video. In the next tutorial, we're going to look at setting up some neat little effects for our ship, so a little flame to come out of the back whenever it flies. That'll be cute, you know. And then from there, we'll set up a world to actually play in. All right, go ahead and save your work, and I will see you in the next tutorial.